Good afternoon, everyone. So, any doubt with Secure Himalayas? किसका प्रोग्राम है वो? UNDP. Who is the financing body? World Bank. World Bank and GEF. What is GEF? Global Environment Facility. So, what is the role of GEF? To provide finances. GEF का हमेशा रोल होगा to provide finances. Then second thing, does the Secure Himalayas focus on conservation of ecology and environment? Yes. Does it focus on sustaining livelihoods? Yes. So it has both livelihoods as well as the environment facility. This is sustainable development also. Second, then what is Himalayan Regional Council? It is a nodal agency, that is the only agency for the planning of the Himalayas, for anything. So it is the nodal agency for the entire Himalayan region. किसके अंडर है? सारस्वत. Who has formed it? नीति आयोग has formed it. एक और प्रोग्राम है regarding the Himalayas, that is under the National Action Plan for Climate Change. So the sustaining the Himalayan National Mission on Himalayas, that we'll do later on when doing the National Action Plan on Climate Change. So these are the great plains of India, having different regional divisions. Punjab plains, Rajasthan plains, arid and semi-arid. Ganga plains, Western UP, Upper Ganga plain. आवाज नहीं आ रही है. सो किसी को बुलाना पड़ेगा वहां से. So the Upper Ganga plain, which consists of Western UP, Upper Ganga plain. उसके बाद we have the Mid Ganga plain, Lucknow, Varanasi, Lucknow to some extent. And then we have the lower Ganga plains. Bihar, Mithilanchal, all Rohilkhand वो सब आएगा in the middle Ganga plains. Then we have the Mithilanchal, eastern Bihar, जहाँ Bhojpuri is the language. We have the lower Ganga plains. Of the lower Ganga plains. The central part which separates river Satluj, which separates, अभी ठीक है आवाज? Echo है अभी भी. Which separates river Satluj. Satluj is an part of an, अभी ठीक है? स्पीकर नहीं चल रहा है वहां पे. स्पीकर बंद है वहां पे. इको तो ज्यादा है. देयर इज इको. इको कम कर दो. नाउ सी दिस इज द रिवर सतलज. You can see there. So वहां का स्पीकर चालू करना है. उसे फुल मत कीजिए, इको आएगा. कम करो. वहां का स्पीकर चालू नहीं, वहां का स्पीकर ऑफ है. एक जॉइंट हो रहा है. हाँ तो वो स्पीकर नहीं चल रहा है. ये इको कम कर दीजिए. So river Satluj is an part of the Punjab plains, and यहाँ से फिर there is river Yamuna. This is an part of the Ganga plains. This is an part of the Ganga plains. River Satluj, river Yamuna, and इन दोनों के बीच जो dividing line है, ये है Aravallis, जिसको कहते हैं दिल्ली रिज region. So the upper part Aravallis, बाकी का the Delhi ridge or the Aravallis is an water divide which separates the Satluj, Indus river system from the Ganga river system. So this is the river Yamuna which goes along the Delhi city, and this is the Satluj which flows near Ambala. Ambala in Haryana, not in Punjab. Ambala in Haryana. So that this dividing line is an Delhi ridge. So these are the regional divisions of the Great Plains. But before we do the regional divisions, can someone tell me why did the Great Plains originate? So they are formed due to deposition. किसमें deposition? किसमें हुआ deposition? There was a depression. That depression is known in geography as a foredip, because it is not that deep. Therefore, it is not a syncline. So when the Indian plate collided with the Eurasian plate, Indian plate slightly went below the Eurasian plate, and as a result of this, there was a depression. In this depression, rivers which originated on the Himalayas brought in large amount of sediments, and they deposited these sediments in the depression, giving rise to one of the flattest landforms in the world. And this most flat landform in the world is what is known as the Great Plains, formed not just by Ganga but by Indus, because Punjab continues even in Pakistan, Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers, because of the filling up of depression or a foredip. Fine with this? Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra river system. So tell me, can I say this is a plain that has been formed due to collection of the sediments? Yes. So as a result of this, we will call the Great Plains as an example of an aggradational plains. In geography, you will find this word in the NCERT. So there are two concepts in geography: degradation, matlab denudation, lowering down of the or cutting. So denudation or degradation is happening in the Himalayas, but that denuded material is brought by the rivers and deposited, and over the period of time, deposition has resulted into collection. So collection matlab aggradation. So these are an example of an aggradational plains. Getting it? क्या खासियत है ग्रेट प्लेन्स की? वन ऑफ द मोस्ट फ्लैट लैंड इन द वर्ल्ड, monotonous land in the world. Monotonous, there is lack of topography, there is lack of relief. कहीं पे भी देखना in the Great Plains, you will see the horizon. You will see properly at the horizon, the sky is touching the land. That shows that the land is very flat. Go into the Himalayas or the peninsular plateau, you cannot see the horizon. Horizon पे आपको दूर पे you will see some hills. That means the land is not flat. ऊपर नीचे है land. But यहाँ पे the land is very very flat. Slope gentle है, moderate है या steep है in the Great Plains? It is very gentle slope. In fact, it is so gentle that for a kilometer, the slope is just 20 centimeters. 20 centimeter per kilometer. So 20 centimeters means I guess maximum इतना slope है. And कभी-कभी if you go into the lower Ganga plains, the slope becomes even less than 6 centimeters per kilometer. Per kilometer 6 centimeter is the slope. Therefore, the rivers are highly meandering. Over the period of time, the rivers have developed which drainage pattern here? आर्क्यूएट, डेंड्राइटिक, टेरिलिस, रेक्टेंगुलर, कौन सा है? यूनिफॉर्म स्लोप है, यूनिफॉर्म टोपोग्राफी है. सो द ड्रेनेज पैटर्न इज डेंड्राइटिक, ट्री लाइक ड्रेनेज पैटर्न. Getting it? Can I say the Great Plains? I'm just checking your basics here. Can I say the Great Plains are formed only due to the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers have played no part in the Great Plains? False. Some of the peninsular rivers have played a part in the Great Plains. Which is the tributary of Yamuna? Chambal, Sindh, Betwa, Ken, Son, Damodar. ये सारी tributaries है. They have also deposited some kind of an sediments. Damodar is a tributary of Ganga. Son is a tributary of Ganga. So Yamuna and Ganga ki there are peninsular tributaries also. So some peninsular rivers have contributed to the formation of the Great Plains also. So questions will be very specific again that only Himalayan rivers have resulted into formation of Great Plains. No. Can I say height of this Great Plains is greater at Delhi? Yes, because of the presence of Aravalis, and therefore Delhi ridge या Delhi acts as an water divide between the Ganga on the eastern side and the Indus on the western side. So Delhi ridge separates Ganga river system from the Indus river system. कहाँ शुरू होता है Delhi ridge? In Ambala. Ambala से the height increases to 91 meters. वैसे general height is 200 meters above the sea level, but it increases to 91 meters. From Delhi and फिर से Saharanpur in UP. So this entire region is what is known as Delhi Ridge. From Ambala to Saharanpur. जहाँ पे the height is greater by 91 meters. 91 meters is sufficient for dividing the two rivers. एक जमाने में यमुना and उसकी tributaries used to meet one bigger river which is known as river Saraswati, which used to originate, it used to carry and it used to go through this region and meet river Indus. So Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization ke time there was enough water. There were sediments over the period of time which resulted into the formation of Rajasthan Bagar. Bagar is deposition, which resulted into the formation of Bhiwani Bagar, Haryana plains. But after a major earthquake, a new river originated known as Yamuna, captured all the tributaries of river Saraswati and it is meeting Ganga. And as a result of this, Saraswati has over the period of time disappeared. आजकल थोड़ी बहुत जो पुरानी सरस्वती है, it flows through the Haryana plains as river Ghaggar. That is the old mythological Saraswati, which is present as a very small river, river Ghaggar. बाकी smaller rivers है, such as river Luni, river Saraswati और एक river हमने की थी, river Banas. These are the three small rivers which are present in the Gujarat region. Fine with this? So Gujarat and Rajasthan region. So can I rub this diagram? So you can take down the Great Plains. The Great Plains have been formed. due to deposition of sediments, due to deposition of sediments, due to deposition of sediments, in a depression or a fore deep, in a depression or a fore deep, fore deep, depression or a fore deep, FORE, fore deep, which lies between the Himalayas and the peninsular plateau, which lies between the Himalayas and the peninsular plateau. This depression was formed because the Indian plate after collision abducted, subducted नहीं है, abducted. It is a kind of subduction in which the plate does not melt. Abducted below the Eurasian plate. Eurasian plate. Eurasian plate. Eurasian plate. This mighty rivers originating from the Himalayas, the mighty rivers originating from the Himalayas, the mighty rivers originating from the Himalayas deposited the sediments, forming one of the most flattest land on the earth. One of the most flattest land on the earth, known as the Great Plains. Known as the Great Plains. One of the most flattest land on the earth, known as the Great Plains. Great Plains. The peninsular rivers also contributed. The peninsular rivers also contributed to the formation of the Great Plains. To the formation of the Great Plains. Formation of the Great Plains. You can draw this diagram. So इसलिए we call Archean rock as the basement complex. कहाँ पे है? Below. MCT, MBF, HFF. वैसे जरूरत नहीं, मैंने सिर्फ इसमें दिया है कि इनकेस क्वेश्चन आता है तो फर्स्ट ड्रॉ द डायग्राम. सुचर जोन, इंडो सांगपो सुचर जोन. इंडस एंड ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर का फॉल्ट सिस्टम इज नोन एज एन इंडो सांगपो सुचर जोन. क्योंकि पीछे टिबेटियन हाईलैंड है, तो टिबेटियन हाईलैंड इज वेरी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग रॉक्स एंड देयरफॉर फॉल्ट इतना प्रॉपरली बना नहीं. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज अ वीक फॉल्ट सिस्टम. कैन आई कंटिन्यू? HFF. देखो कुछ नहीं, ये मैंने शॉर्टकट लिखे, इनके नाम्स नीचे है. हिमालयन फ्रंटल फॉल्ट HFF, मेन बाउंड्री फॉल्ट MBF, मेन सेंट्रल थ्रस्ट ITSZ, इंडो सांगपो सुचर जोन. Can I continue? See now, when the Himalayas were formed, there was large amount of collision, and because of large amount of collision, जो folding था, some part which was more flexible got folded, while some of the part which was not flexible, whenever there is a collision, there is a generally folding, syncline and anticline, but कुछ parts में crack आ गए. So what do you call the crack as? Faults. What are the two types of faults? Normal fault, tension, reverse fault, compression. So this is where the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate are colliding, and hence these are reverse faults. That is, there is a crack in the earth up to deep depth, that crack is known by different names. So if it is between Tibet and Great Himalayas, उसका नाम है इंडो सांगपो सुचर जोन, क्योंकि यहाँ से रिवर इंडस एंड रिवर ब्रह्मपुत्र फ्लोज. If it is between Great and Middle Himalayas, crack है deep earth में, faulting है, it is known as main central thrust. If it is between Himalayas and the Middle Himalayas, Great and Middle, it is known as a main boundary fault. And if it is between Shivaliks and the Great Plains, देखो बहुत simple है, याद रखना, it is known as Himalayan frontal fault. हिमालय के फ्रंट में है. एक है लास्ट में, उसमें से इंडस एंड गंगा फ्लो होती है. So दो बचते हैं, central and boundary. So central is in the center between the Great and the Middle Himalayas. What are this? This all are the examples of reverse fault system. These are all reverse faults. Reverse fault means the crack in the earth due to compression. क्यों compression हुआ? Because of the collision. कैसे questions आते हैं? Direct. Himalayan frontal fault lies between which two mountains? Main boundary fault lies between which two mountains? They don't go into detail. या एक general question आएगा कि a fault is created known as Himalayan frontal or XYZ. What kind of fault it is? Normal या reverse? So it is a reverse fault. 2 महीने एक्स्ट्रा दिया है, पिछले 15 साल में तो ये क्वेश्चन आया नहीं है. दिस फॉल्ट सिस्टम एक बार आया था बहुत पहले. सो सिर्फ वो भी इसलिए क्योंकि यू शुड नॉट फील कि ये क्या है, इन केस इफ इट कम्स, सो यू शुड नो दैट व्हाट इज दिस. दिस इज रिवर्स फॉल्ट. याद कैसे रखोगे? फ्रंट से हिमालयन फ्रंटल फॉल्ट, फिर बाउंड्री, फिर सेंट्रल थ्रस्ट और उसके बाद सुचर जोन. फाइन. क्योंकि ये इसलिए पता होना चाहिए बिकॉज ऑफ द नेक्स्ट लाइन. सो यू कैन टेक डाउन. The Himalayan frontal fault, the Himalayan frontal fault separates Himalayan frontal fault separates Shivaliks from the Great Plains, separates the Shivaliks from the Great Plains, separates the Shivaliks from the Great Plains. Next point, this is the most important point. The Great Plains are monotonous. The Great Plains are monotonous, in the bracket featureless. Monotonous, in bracket में featureless. Formed due to deposition of fluvial sediments. Fluvial मतलब brought by rivers. Fluvial sediments brought by rivers, and hence they are known as aggradational or depositional plains. Hence they are known as aggradational or depositional plains. Depositional plains. Aggradation collection किसका? Deposits का. So aggradational or depositional plains. Next point. Uniform structure of soft alluvial soil. Uniform structure of soft alluvial soil has helped in the development of dendritic drainage pattern. Helped in the development of dendritic drainage pattern. डेंड्राइटिक ड्रेनेज पैटर्न मतलब क्या है? डेंड्राइटिक, यू रिमेंबर ड्रेनेज पैटर्न हमारे एग्जाम के हिसाब से 4 इंपॉर्टेंट है. ट्रिलाइज्ड, रेक्टेंगुलर, डेंड्राइटिक एंड रेडियल. सो ट्रिलाइज्ड इन द एरियाज ऑफ folds, rectangular in the areas of faults, dendritic in the uniform topography, and radial in the कोई भी isolated mountains. So radial छोटा नागपुर plateau, uniform Great Plains. So peninsular plateau का कुछ hills का part है, that is an radial drainage pattern. We had done this much earlier. Fine. Next point. सेंट्रल थ्रस्ट सबसे अनस्टेबल. जो कह रहे हैं अभी कि इंडिया में बहुत ज्यादा अर्थक्वेक आने वाला है, बहुत बड़ा, दैट इज बिकॉज बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर है ऑन द मेन सेंट्रल थ्रस्ट. इट इज प्रेडिक्टेड कि इंडिया में देयर विल बी वेरी वेरी डिवास्टेटिंग अर्थक्वेक दिस ईयर. राइट? न्यूज पढ़ी थी कि नहीं? So there is a chance of very devastating earthquake because बहुत सालों से earthquake नहीं आया है, and therefore the pressure is building, and there is enough pressure which will result into maybe destruction of entire Nepal. Which will result into the destruction of entire Nepal, they are saying. Next point. The Great Plains extend for 3,200 kilometers. 3,200 kilometers from Indus to Brahmaputra. 3,200 kilometers. याद रख सकते हो, फ्रॉम इंडस टू ब्रह्मपुत्र, मेकिंग इट द लार्जेस्ट arable land in the world. Largest arable मतलब agricultural land in the world. You go and see one past year question. वो कहते हैं the largest agricultural land in the world is prairies या steppes. हमें लगता है yes, no. The largest agricultural land in the world is Great Plains. Population देख के पता लगता है this is the largest agricultural land in the world, right? So much population, still फूड सिक्योर नेशन है. सो याद रखना, दिल्ली मेट्रो का जितना राइडरशिप है उतना ऑस्ट्रेलिया का पॉपुलेशन है. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज द पॉपुलेशन रिच रिसोर्स रीजन. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. द विड्थ ऑफ द प्लेन कहां पे ज्यादा वाइड है, ईस्ट में वेस्ट में? इज वाइडेस्ट इन द वेस्ट, in the bracket 500 kilometers, while it is very narrow in the east, ब्रह्मपुत्र के आसपास. यू कैन सी बोगीबिल ब्रिज से यू कैन गो क्रॉस द प्लेन्स. बोगीबिल ब्रिज, it is taking you from one part of Brahmaputra to another. It is narrow in the east. The average height is 200 meters above the sea level. The average height is 200 meters above the sea level. Average height is 200 meters above the sea level. Full stop. This height increases between Ambala. To Saharanpur. So where is Saharanpur? Between Ambala to Saharanpur, known as Delhi Ridge. Between Ambala to Saharanpur, our class is on Delhi Ridge. ये रास्ता पूसा रोड खत्म होते ही रिज रोड शुरू होता है. So this is Delhi Ridge, which acts as a dividing line between Indus River system and Ganga River system. Dividing line between Indus River system and Ganga River system. Dividing line between Indus River system, which acts as a dividing line between Indus River system and Ganga River system. Fine. So this is the Delhi Ridge. Delhi Ridge. Delhi यहाँ पे है कहीं तो. And this is Ambala के आगे Chandigarh. So this acts, Satluj is in part of Indus River system, Yamuna is in part of the Ganga River system. Can I continue? Do you know that once upon a time Connaught Place से यमुना जाती थी? It used to touch the Connaught Place. It used to touch the Red Fort. क्यों कम हो गई? Why it has shifted now to the outer part of Delhi? Because of two things. एक तो Britishers ने उसको shift कर दिया. You remember Britishers used to do the river planning that time. उन्होंने जो रेड फोर्ट को और कनॉट प्लेस को जो टच करती थी यमुना, दे वांटेड टू डेवलप कनॉट प्लेस एज अ सीबीडी, सो वो यमुना को दूर ले गए. एंड दे हैड कंस्ट्रक्टेड अ ब्रिज बिटवीन यमुना टू रेड फोर्ट, which is still being used by government of India, known as iron bridge, लोहे का पुल. if it is still being used, and still you will wonder at the technology they had that time, कि आज भी हम यूज करते हैं वो ब्रिज, जिसका यूके ने 15 साल पहले गारंटी लेना बंद कर दिया, कह रहे कि अब ये ब्रिज की लाइफ खत्म है, अब हम इसकी आगे गारंटी नहीं ले सकते, कभी भी कोलैप्स हो सकता है। सो कैन आई कंटिन्यू? We have already done this, so I will go very fast here. Geomorphology of the Great Plains. Geomorphology, direct question as it is. Geomorphology of the Great Plains in the mains. Prelims mein, they will ask you a question, what is Bhabar, what is Terai, what is Bangar, what is Khadar. So if we see, this is Shivaliks. And if this is the Great Plains, the land starts becoming flat over the period of time. So the rivers which are coming from the Shivaliks, you know the property of a river, that the river will deposit the largest sediments first. So the biggest sediments are deposited at the foothills of the Shivaliks. And as it goes away, the sediments ka size keeps on decreasing, and फिर से the sediments ka size over the period of time will decrease, because river will deposit the biggest material first. Remember this? इस feature को हमने कहा था alluvial fan. And in India, the alluvial fan is divided into two parts. So when the next river comes, it cannot cross the big rocks, so it starts flowing underground. It can start flowing between the rocks, and then when the sediments are becoming smaller, जो पानी जो नीचे से flow कर रहा था, it is suddenly seen. So over the period of time, the first two factors that are there in the geomorphology of Great Plains is this belt of an alluvial fan is known as the Bhabar belt, and this belt is known as Tarai belt. Tarai, तैर आना, over the period of time has become Tarai. क्यों? पानी दिख रहा है, because the size of the sediments have become smaller. अब पानी ज्यादा है इसलिए कीचड़ है, क्योंकि land is also becoming very flat, so it is a marshy land. Bhabar is a rocky, it is a dry region. क्यों? क्योंकि water जो है it is flowing below the rocks. But Tarai is a marshy land, and because it is a marshy land, it is now becoming densely forested. It was once upon a time very densely forested, because the trees could grow here. Trees cannot grow on this region. So if you want to see the difference properly between Tarai and Bhabar, you have to go Haridwar and Rishikesh. Haridwar is Tarai, Rishikesh is Bhabar. So you don't find that many dense forest. उसके ऊपर है जो temperate forest है. But at the plains, हरिद्वार से जब प्लेन शुरू होते हैं, you will find that ऋषिकेश में there are big boulders. इसलिए घाट जब बनाए गए वो हरिद्वार में बनाए गए. Because if you go for bathing in ऋषिकेश, in Ganga, anyways गंगा आपको ट्रांसपोर्ट करके हरिद्वार में ही लाएगी, because the speed is greater. So उससे अच्छा कहाँ पे जाना है गंगा में? In हरिद्वार. Understand the Bhabar and Tarai belt? So this is densely forested. This is marshy land. उसके बाद we have the third, that is Bangar, and fourth it is Khadar. I will explain you what is Bangar and Khadar. First we will write regarding the Bhabar and Tarai. Bhabar या Bhabar, it is the same thing, and Tarai. तराई याद रखना, कीचड़ वाला रीजन. तराई मीन्स कीचड़, जहां पे इट इज अ मार्शी लैंड. सो तराई में पानी ऊपर दिखता है. नाउ विद दिस बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई एम आस्किंग यू वन पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन. तराई रीजन इज वेल डेवलप्ड इन द वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया और इन द ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया? इन द वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ ग्रेट प्लेन्स या द ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ ग्रेट प्लेन्स? तराई. Just ask yourself, कीचड़ कहाँ होगा? जहां बारिश ज्यादा है. So where, eastern or western now? Eastern. So Tarai region is well developed in the eastern. Bhabar region is well developed in the western part. Bhabar This is Bhabar. We are on, Delhi is an example of an Bhabar. You don't see that much water. Land is not damp. But if you go to Bihar, if you go to Assam, if you go to Bengal, that is Tarai region. If you go to Bangladesh, that is Delta. So जैसे floating lakes है इंडिया में, वैसे बांग्लादेश में floating agriculture है. If you are going through आजकल जो news आता है, floating agriculture is coming up again in Bangladesh. That is the people will use water hyacinth or the plant which develops on the lakes. ये है current affairs, floating agriculture. They will use the trees which float on the water. Because Bangladesh, most 9 months out of 12 months it is underwater, as it is a delta. Sea level is rising. So how to survive? They have gone back to their history and saw the books कैसे लोग survive करते थे. क्योंकि ये घर, disaster management, ये सब nature के सामने नहीं चलता. If the nature becomes furious. So what they do, they make this land out of water, out of the plants which can float on the water. उसके ऊपर फिर कीचड़ डालते हैं, उसके ऊपर फिर they will grow the crops and उसके ऊपर they will start living. They will make big land out of the plants. जब भी बाढ़ आएगी तो they will keep उनके घर ऊपर जाएंगे. Because water level will rise, so that plants will also rise. And when the water level will go down, their plants will also go down. So this is what is the floating agriculture, and I expect question this year on the floating agriculture, because BBC ने एक बहुत अच्छी documentary release की है, how man can survive against the nature on the floating agriculture of Bangladesh. So, and World Bank is helping that project, and India is also going to help that project, because it will stop migration into India if the Bangladesh mein floating agriculture becomes successful. Understanding how it is going to affect? So you can take down the geomorphology. Geomorphologically, the Great Plains can be divided into 4 parts from north to south. This is the order from north to south. 4 parts from north to south. क्या है नॉर्थ में? भाबर, भाबर के बाद तराई, तराई के बाद बांगर, and then खादर. So first Bhabar belt. I'll quickly write here. हमने थोड़ा बहुत जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी में लिखा है इसके बारे में. Made up of unsorted boulders, means big rocks, stones, etc. Where the permeability of rocks is very high. A permeability of the rocks is very high, therefore what will happen? Water will pass. Therefore, rivers flow underground. बड़े बड़े rocks है, इसलिए the rivers will flow below the rocks. Hence, this region is marked. Marked means characteristics by dry river courses. By dry river courses. By dry river courses, obviously except during the rainy season. उसके बाद area, runs continuously along the foothills of Shivaliks from Indus to Tista. Means if this is the Shivalik mountains, this is the Bhabar belt. It will run continuously from Indus to Tista. Tista के बाद क्यों नहीं है? North East India में rainfall is high. Therefore, the Bhabar belt is not present. Next, it is wider in west and narrow in east. Why? Because East India gets more rainfall. Understood, everyone? Why we say it is narrow in the east? Because the eastern part of India gets more rainfall. Bhabar मतलब क्या है? In simple words, big stones जो dry है, जहां पानी नहीं है. Example is Haryana. Haryana is an example of an Bhabar belt. So it is a dry region. Punjab थोड़ा बहुत is तराई, but Haryana, Rajasthan is Bhabar belt. So why it is not present in the eastern part of India? Because वहां पे rainfall is greater. Will it be densely forested? No. Not densely forested. Because trees with deep roots can only survive Is it important for agriculture? Not important for agriculture. It is not important for agriculture also. क्या 3200 में ग्रेट प्लेन्स पाकिस्तान के इंक्लूडेड है. अगर इंडिया का चाहिए तो सिर्फ 2400 किलोमीटर है. क्या हैव यू अंडरस्टूड एवरीथिंग? कोई डाउट है इसमें? टोटली फैक्चुअल. याद करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, सिर्फ कंसेप्ट याद करो. भाबर मीन्स बिग रॉक्स. सो बिग रॉक्स कहां मिलेंगे? अलोंग द फुटहिल्स ऑफ द शिवालिक्स. फिर खुद ही को पूछो, ट्रीज ग्रो हो सकते हैं ऑन द बिग रॉक्स? नो. विल इट बी गुड इन एग्रीकल्चर? नो, because the trees cannot grow, you cannot do the agriculture on the rocks, you require a flat land. Then ask yourself, will the water level be high here? No, because water is flowing underground. And then you go to an exam and UPSC may ask you, the Bhabar belt is rich in humus. जब trees नहीं है तो how it can be rich in humus? Understanding? So understand the concepts here. कहाँ पे है Bhabar belt wide? In the west. कहाँ पे है narrow? In the east. कहां पे एब्सेंट हो सकता है? ऑब्वियसली इन द नॉर्थ ईस्ट. गेटिंग इट? एंड सी, अप्लाइड क्वेश्चंस कैन बी द भाबर बेल्ट फॉर्म्स द बाउंड्री ऑफ द ग्रेट प्लेन्स विद शिवालिक्स. ट्रू और फॉल्स? ट्रू. इट फॉर्म्स द बाउंड्री ऑफ द ग्रेट प्लेन्स विद शिवालिक्स. शिवालिक्स के बाद व्हाट स्टार्ट्स? इज द भाबर बेल्ट. Getting it? Questions का line may not be same of what we write and what is given in the textbook, but the concepts are going to be same. They may ask you applied questions from here. After that we have the Tarai belt. Why Tarai belt? Regions of re-emergence of streams, the streams which had disappeared, re-emergence of streams, streams जो disappear हो गई थी in the Bhabar belt, they have re-emerged. So this is marshy. Marshy means water बहुत ज्यादा है, कीचड़, in simple words, densely forested region. Densely forested region along the outer margins of which belt? Shivaliks or Bhabar? Bhabar. Third, it is wider in east due to heavy rainfall. It is wider in the east due to heavy rainfall. Next, it is important for agriculture. Now, why it is important for agriculture? Because most of the forest in Tarai region of UK means Uttarakhand, Punjab and UP has been destroyed, जो NCERT कहता है reclaimed, for crops. And what are the most important crops here? Important crops here is rice, sugarcane, and उसके बाद wheat. But more important is rice and sugarcane. Rice and sugarcane. I will not go into detail Q, but remember, जहाँ roots of the plants are very deep, marshy regions में generally the roots of the plants are very deep because ऊपर का soil कीचड़ है. So कीचड़ कभी बह सकता है. It can flow anytime. So the plants are having very deep roots. If they are having shallow root system, पानी के साथ साथ वो निकल जाएंगे. So they are having very deep roots in the tarai. जहाँ जहाँ roots of the plants are very deep, the soil is good in nitrogen. एक चीज इतना याद रखना. सो प्लांट्स के रूट कहाँ डीप हो सकते हैं? एक तो डेजर्ट रीजन्स में इन द सर्च ऑफ ग्राउंड वाटर, या फिर इन तराई रीजन में. क्योंकि हम जब सॉइल्स करेंगे परसों के लेक्चर में, तो वी विल सी अ बेसिक प्रॉब्लम ऑफ इंडियन सॉइल इज इट इज लेस इन नाइट्रोजन, यूरिया. दैट्स व्हाई वी आर यूजिंग सो मच यूरिया. एक्सेप्ट आपको याद रखना है डेजर्ट सॉइल एंड तराई रीजन का सॉइल. Anyone from Bihar here? Tarai region of Bihar? So, if anyone is from Bihar, what is the color of soil in Tarai region? Black. Q? Because humus, not because it is basalt. It is black in color because it is humus. Can I continue? So are there any important national parks remaining in Tarai region? So what are these national parks of the Tarai region? So next in the Tarai region, in the regions jahan forest is there, biodiversity is high, and therefore we have some of the important national parks. जिम कॉर्बेट कहां पे? यूके. विच रिवर? रामगंगा. कल अगर जनरल क्वेश्चन आता है, दैट इज द जिम कॉर्बेट नेशनल पार्क इज लोकेटेड इन द तराई बेल्ट ऑफ गंगा रिवर सिस्टम. ट्रू और फॉल्स? ट्रू. गंगा रिवर सिस्टम. System includes tributaries also. Ramganga is a tributary of Ganga. Next, Dudhwa. Which river? Sharda. Or Kali. Which state? UP. The only national park of UP. Valmiki. Which state? Bihar. Which river? Not always Bihar means Kosi. It is Gandak. Gandak. दार्जिलिंग में कोई नेशनल पार्क? कौन सा? पद्मजा नायडू बॉटनिकल गार्डन एक्सेट्रा, वो हम बाद में देखेंगे. दार्जिलिंग का बक्सर नेशनल पार्क, बक्सा नेशनल पार्क वेस्ट बंगाल, बट वो हम बाद में देखेंगे. नॉट वन स्पेसिफिक रिवर. सो वी आर डायरेक्टली गोइंग टू आसाम. मानस. विच रिवर? मानस. और ब्रह्मपुत्रा? मानस. स्टेट इज Assam. And Kaziranga. Which river? काजीरंगा. और एक जो न्यूज में था पुबितारा. Which river? ब्रह्मपुत्रा. State is Assam. What is the importance of Jim Corbett? India's first national park. Not national park. India's first tiger reserve. Project Tiger. कौन सा साल? 1972. 1972. कौन सा साल? 1972. Project Tiger started in 1972. Wildlife Protection Act year 1972. Understanding the link? So कल क्वेश्चन अगर आता है, Project Tiger can be or Tiger Reserve can be declared under which act? Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Project Tiger 1972. Stockholm Convention 1972. Stockholm Convention was signed in 1972. Indira Gandhi attended it. Indira Gandhi was impressed regarding the protection of life. She came back, established Tiger Wildlife Protection Act, फिर Project Tiger, फिर उसके बाद environment became your fundamental duty, and then बाकी के projects आए. So one of the first legislation, Project Elephant तो आते रहे, मतलब अब तो Project Snow Leopard भी है. So you have the start is the Project Tiger. Understanding this, so you have to understand the linkages. Stockholm Convention 72, फिर Wildlife Protection Act, then the Project Tiger. So both Manas and Kaziranga, tiger, elephants, one-horned rhino, pygmy hog, Asian wild buffalo. Asian wild buffalo. Getting it? Now, tigers India में सब जगह, right? Elephant India में सब जगह. One-horned rhino, once upon a time from Indus to Brahmaputra. Today, यहाँ से the one-horned rhino has become extinct. Extinct. One-horned rhino नहीं है, दुधवा में नहीं है, लाया होगा, naturally नहीं. Fine. Pygmy hawk, endemic, found only in Kaziranga and Pobitara and Manas, the world's smallest pig. Asian wild buffalo, again endemic, found only in that region. Fine with this? So that is the Tarai region. Can I continue? Can I rub this part? So now you understand Bhabar, उसके बाद तराई, but after that rivers become this way in India. So Bhabar, Tarai, and उसके बाद आएगा Bangar, and उसके बाद आएगा Khadar. So we have Bhabar, Tarai, Bangar, and Khadar. Why? Because India में rivers take the bend. So the third is Bangar. What is the difference between Bangar and Khadar? Have we done this already? In both the batches? So once upon a time, the rivers used to flow through a greater length. Why? After the end of Pleistocene Ice Age, volume of the water increased, so rivers used to be very wide. The flood used to come in this river and they used to cross unka channels. This was the original river channel. After crossing, they used to deposit the sediments here. कब? प्लिस्टोसिन के समय, at the end of an Pleistocene. अब धीरे धीरे पानी खत्म हो गया, so today the river is flowing only up to a lower channel. River is flowing only up to a lower channel. अब flood आता है तो river does not go become that wide. It crosses this belt, and therefore the deposits are done only along the banks, along the flood plains. So old flood plains, Bangar. The new flood plains, Khadar. Understanding, everyone? Once upon a time, the rivers were very, very wide. They used to flow up to a greater distance. So they used to occupy this channel. And when every year during the floods, they used to cross this channel and after crossing, jo sediments they would deposit hote the along the banks. But due to river rejuvenation, इतना ज़्यादा geographical changes and climatic changes, पानी धीरे धीरे खत्म हो गया. We are experiencing desertification धीरे धीरे. If you know, after maybe some 2000 years, India will be a desert and West Asia will be green region. This is how desertification is happening in India. Monsoon ka pattern is changing. We don't know reasons why. So the river have decreased. Ab river is flowing only through maybe Ganga ka river channel, etc. River rejuvenation hua, valley and valley topography. River is flowing only through this distance. So every year there is a flood in Kosi Ganga. But that flood is able to go up to maximum some distance and deposit the sediments. So every year the new sediments that are deposited is known as Khadar, while the old sediments are known as Bangar. Now which will be more fertile, Bangar or Khadar? Khadar. Which will be dark in color? Dark in color. बांगर will be dark in color. देखो सन बर्न हुआ है, उतने टाइम से धूप में है, so it is more darker in color. सनस्क्रीन नहीं है उसके पास. You have to remember in this way. Why Khadar will not be that darker in color? Because it is renewed every year. Getting it? कंकड़ मतलब कैल्शियम किस में ज्यादा होगा? Calcium. Calcium, does it get dissolved in water? Yes, calcium gets dissolved in water. पानी अब इसको नहीं मिल रहा है, so it has more calcium. It has less calcium. Understanding this? याद रखना सिंपल, जो एनसीईआरटी में दिया है या जो मैं बता रहा हूं वही. What is Bangar? Old flood plains, old alluvium. कब बना था? Pleistocene. आज कहां पे है? Occupies an alluvial terrace above the existing flood plains. Getting it? Why terrace? Because they are at a greater height. What is the existing flood plains? Here. They occupy an alluvial terrace above the existing flood plains. All is application of geomorphology. You have to just remember alluvial terrace is formed in river rejuvenation, valley in valley topography. Remember? So you can take down. Khadar, sorry, Bangar is an older alluvium. Bangar is an older alluvium forming an alluvial terrace. Alluvial terrace above the existing flood plains. Above the existing flood plains. Bangar has larger amount of calcareous, calcium, calcareous. Concretations. कैल्शियम जो सीमेंट कंक्रीट के जैसा रफ बन गया है, कैल्केरियस कंक्रीटेशंस नोन एज कंकड़. जो यूपी, बिहार, पंजाब, हरियाणा से है उनको पता होगा ये वर्ड कंकर. राजस्थान में हाँ सबसे ज्यादा कंकड़, बिकॉज इट इज सो हैज कंकड़. इज इट गुड? कंकड़ अगर है फील्ड में तो, या बैड? बैड. सो हैज कंकड़ which decreases the fertility, which decreases the fertility, which decreases the fertility, has the, which decreases the fertility. Okay, fine. Next, in the Bangar only, Bangar has, next point in the Bangar, next point in the Bangar, Bangar has fossils of species which have got extinct from India, has the fossils of species which have got extinct from India, fossils which have got extinct from India. Example, चीता. इसलिए हमें पता लगता है दैट चीता पहले एक बार इंडिया में भी था. सो एशियाटिक चीता. कॉमा, टू हॉर्न राइनो, टू हॉर्न राइनो, टू हॉर्न राइनो. खादर, खादर, it is newer alluvium, it is new alluvium, new alluvium at a level of existing floodplains, or forms the existing floodplains, forms the existing floodplains. New alluvium forms existing floodplains along the river banks, along the river banks. It is very fertile, it is very fertile because new alluvium is deposited every year. New alluvium is deposited every year during floods, during floods, during floods, and has less concord, and has less concord, has less concord. Fine. Fossils of existing species, fossils of existing species are found in Bangar. Existing species are found in Khadar, sorry, are found in Khadar. Existing species मतलब जो अभी है. Suppose our class is going on in Khadar region, flood आता है, हमारी fossils will be found in where? Khadar. Every year there will be flood. Understanding? Humus content ज़्यादा obviously. Khadar, yes. Bihar. Now you just remember this for prelims. I don't think mains में इतना simple question आएगा. So for prelims, we have seen the regional division of the plains. Let us study the plains in detail. Punjab plains. So what do you mean by Punjab? Land of 5 rivers. So which are the 5 rivers? Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias and Satluj. 6 हो गई, कौन सी 5 है? Remember, it depends on where you are. If you are in Indian Punjab, land of 5 rivers. If you are in Pakistan का Punjab, Bias नहीं है पाकिस्तान में. Bias is the only tributary of Indus which does not go to Pakistan. So Indian Punjab does not have the Indus river system. So it is the land of 5 rivers. So for India it is this 5 rivers. Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias and Satluj. उसके सेडिमेंट्स डिपॉजिट्स तो है पंजाब में. हाँ, तो हम लैंड ही कर रहे हैं, हम रिवर्स नहीं कर रहे. सो क्या कर रहे हैं हम? पंजाब रिवर्स और पंजाब प्लेन्स. So the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Bias and Satluj. Remember, Punjab plains is made up of Doab. The Punjab plains is made up of Doab. What do you mean by Doab? Again, North India से जो लोग हैं, that is, it is known as a land between 2 rivers. The Punjab plain is made up of Doab, that is the land between 2 rivers. And what are this land? Now understand here. क्या है tributaries of Indus? If this is river Indus, so next tributary of river Indus, नॉर्थ टू साउथ बताओ मुझे. रिवर झेलम, उसके बाद Bias. This is the Indus river system. Very easy to remember from north to south. These are the 6 north to south rivers of Indus. In June cars, Indus, Jhelum, Chenab run bit slow. Ravi, Bias, Satluj. As per Indus Water Treaty, this is to Pakistan. As per Indus Water Treaty, this is to India. Fine. So 3 रिवर जो पाकिस्तान को दी है as per Indus Water Treaty, Indus, Jhelum, Chenab. 3 रिवर जो इंडिया को दी है, रावी, बियास, सतलज. अब कल क्वेश्चन आता है रिगार्डिंग एनी डैम in prelims XYZ project which is a controversy between India and Pakistan. So इसका मतलब यह है कि India is making a dam either on Indus और Jhelum और Chenab. Getting it? तो ही पाकिस्तान बोलेगा कि क्यों डैम बना रहे हो, because we are not supposed to make. अब understand geographically, Indus पे डैम बनाना इतना आसान नहीं. We will have to go to Leh Ladakh and make a dam. That is a flat region. So most of the dams हम Jhelum and Chenab पे बनाएंगे. Understanding this? और कौन सा है नजदीक पाकिस्तान के? झेलम. So most of the dams are on Jhelum. We will do the Indus Water Treaty prelims के हिसाब से बाद में. So understood this? Ab what are these doabs? It is very easy to remember the doabs from north to south or from northeast to southwest. Understanding? Doab is the land between two rivers. Northeast to south, sorry, northwest to southeast. So UPSC आपको कभी ईस्ट टू वेस्ट पूछता है, कभी नॉर्थ टू साउथ पूछता है. इट इज द सेम थिंग because the land is here. So if you remember this three lines, it is very easy to remember the doabs because between Bias and Satluj it is Bist doab. Bias का ST Satluj का Bist doab. Between Bias and Ravi it is Bari doab. Bias का and Ravi का RI. Between Ravi and Chenab, it is Rechna doab. R Ravi ka and Baki Chenab. Between Chenab and Jhelum, it is Chaz doab. And between इंडस एंड झेलम, जो इंडिया में नहीं है पाकिस्तान में है, दिस इज, इसलिए मैंने ये थोड़ा छोटा बनाया था. सो इट इज सिंध. सिंध मतलब इंडस रिवर, सिंध सागर दोआब. व्हाट इज द ओरिजिनल नेम ऑफ रिवर इंडस? सिंधु नदी, राइट? सिंधु नदी. ग्रीक्स आज भी एस प्रोनाउंस नहीं कर सकते, उस टाइम भी नहीं कर सकते थे. सो यूज्ड टू प्रोनाउंस, आज भी करते एस को एच. सो सिंधु बिकेम हिंदू एंड द लैंड टू द अदर साइड ऑफ हिंदू नदी और सिंधु नदी बिकेम हिंदुस्तान. द वे ऑफ लाइफ बिकेम हिंदू रिलीजन. अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस? So this is how the name Hindustan has come. Hindustan does not have any communal representation जो आज प्रोजेक्ट किया जाता है. Understanding this? So easy to remember. So Bist, Bias, Satluj. Bari, Bias, Ravi. Rechna, Ravi, Chenab. Chas, Chenab, Jhelum. And Sindh means obviously it will be between Sindh Sagar means Indus and Dusra Jhelum river. So these are the doabs of Punjab. What? Sindh Sagar. Dono. See, remember this part is even present to some extent in India. Fine. Can I continue? Next point. Punjab Plains has numerous seasonal rivers. Originating from the Shivaliks. During the rainy season. During the rainy season. जब भी बारिश होती है तो numerous rivers originate. These rivers are responsible for पंजाब में फॉरेस्ट है, अभी है. Which is the least forested state of India? राजस्थान, पंजाब, हरियाणा, छत्तीसगढ़. राजस्थान. Remember the least forested state is Haryana. उसके बाद it is Punjab. Understand? Rajasthan has enough forest, Aravalis. There is no forest, very less in Haryana. Now why I am saying this? Because the numerous numerous rivers which are originating here. Because of the lack of forest, they are responsible nowadays for large scale badland topography, that is erosion. Understanding? And therefore the land of Punjab is getting degraded. डिग्रेडेशन बहुत ज्यादा है, नीचे से डेजर्टिफिकेशन है, ऊपर से डिग्रेडेशन है, और बीच में एक्सेसिव यूज ऑफ फर्टिलाइजर्स एंड पेस्टिसाइड्स. सो यू गेट उड़ता पंजाब. So over the period of time, understanding this, why this has declined in Punjab. So you can take down responsible for ravine erosion, ravine and gully erosion. Responsible for ravine and gully erosion. And gully erosion. Ravine and gully erosion, known as chos. So prelims में आता है chos मतलब क्या? You just remember badland topography in Punjab. Badland topography in Punjab. Badland topography in Punjab. Or chos means either badland topography or even temporary rivers which cause erosion. Fine. Can I continue? Rub this. So याद रखना इंडस रिवर सिस्टम के लिए इन जून कार रन्स बिट स्लो. That is the Indus River system, important rivers which we have to remember from north to south. So can I say entire Rajasthan is desert? No. Entire Rajasthan is not desert. कहाँ पे है desert? Eastern Rajasthan, Western Rajasthan. Western Rajasthan. The Eastern Rajasthan, in fact, is the region of peninsular plateau. ये पूरा peninsular plateau है, and this is what is known as Marwar plateau. Marwar plateau. People coming from this region are known as Marwadis because they originated in the Marwar plateau region. Understanding? So this region is semi-arid. Even this region is semi-arid. And it is known as Rajasthan Bagar. Desert properly shuru hota hai in the western part of Rajasthan. In the western part of Rajasthan, and this desert is known as Marusthali. Is known as Marusthali. Marusthali has different types of dunes. How many types of dunes are there? It has barchans. It has seefs. Seefs मतलब barchans, remember? Seefs, parallel longitudinal dunes. It may have star-shaped dunes, but I'll stop here. Out of that, which is more important for desertification? Barchans. So barchans shift their course. And this shifting sand dunes are known as Dhriyan, are known as Dhriyan. Understood? Marusthali, western part of Rajasthan, which is a proper desert. I will make you write this. It has sand dunes. Sand dunes are of different types in this desert. It has barchans and sieves, which shifts forward. मतलब जो कौन सा desertification, especially June batch, कि जुलाई बैच में मैंने अभी ये खत्म किया है, हमने बहुत पहले किया था in June batch. So there are different types of dunes. एक moon-shaped crescentic dunes, barchans. So barchans always move forward. So therefore we are saying they shift, and the shifting sand dunes are known as dhriyan, which are responsible for desertification. याद आ रहा है? So you can take down. The Rajasthan plain is divided into two parts. The eastern part is semi-arid, known as Marwar plain, Marwar region, Mewar region. So it is known as Marwar plain. This Marwar plain has some outcrops. Outcrops means some mix outcrops of peninsular plateau, peninsular plateau. Marwar plateau का कुछ part Marwar plain में जाता है. So we say they have an outcrop of peninsular plateau. कहीं कैसे Fattar peninsular plateau का बाहर आ रहा है. The western part of Rajasthan is desert. In Rajasthan, all the three kinds of deserts are found. Is found. What are the three kinds of desert? पत्थर से बना है, rocky, बड़े बड़े rocks है. You will call this as Hamada means rocky desert. A Fattar, the wind is blowing, it has taken all the sands and therefore big rocks are exposed. So that is a rocky desert. Example second, Leh Ladakh, only big rocks. उसके बाद some small stones are there, and that is reg. And उसके बाद you will find sand, and that is erg. So Rajasthan desert means where plants cannot grow, where nothing grows. Nothing can grow only if there is rock also, if there is sand also, if there is stones also. So we have three kinds of deserts in the world. Hamada, rocky desert, erg is sandy desert, and reg is stony desert. ये भी किया था. So can I continue? This desert proper is known as Marusthali. जो proper desert है उसको मारुस्थली कहते हैं. This desert is known as Marusthali, which on the western side is covered by shifting sand dunes known as dhriyan. देखो डायरेक्ट प्रीलिम्स के क्वेश्चन, द्रियान मतलब क्या, मारुस्थली मतलब क्या? द्रियान मीन्स सैंड ड्यून्स, मारुस्थली मीन्स डेजर्ट, known as Drian. Next point. The Rajasthan plains is drained by numerous seasonal rivers. Is drained by numerous seasonal rivers. Numerous seasonal rivers, out of which river Luni is the most important river. River Luni is the most important river. Numerous seasonal rivers. Now tell me, is this inland drainage or inland drainage? As the river Luni does not meet the sea. River Luni gets lost. River Luni gets lost in कहाँ पे? Deserts of Rajasthan, Run of Kutch, Great Run, Little Run. कौन सा? Great or Little? Open the atlas. Rajasthan. Rajasthan will be soon after your India ka map. So gets lost in right there, Great Run of Kutch. Great Run of Kutch. So remember, this is known as Great Run, this is known as Little Run. Atlas does not have, मैंने लिखा था ये आपको. This is a Great Run of Kutch. Remember? Great Run of Kutch. Next, there are numerous saline lakes. There are numerous saline lakes, out of which Sambar, Digana, Sambar, Degana, and Didwana are important. Didwana are important. Now, look in the atlas and tell me, where do you find Sambar Lake? Political map. Near which city? Sambar Lake. Very near to Udaipur, Jaipur. कल ही हमने सॉल्व किया. You should look in the political map. City अगर देखनी है तो. It is very near to the Jaipur. देखा? अजमेर नहीं पूछेंगे. अजमेर is a small town. They will ask you Jaipur, Jodhpur, Udaipur. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई भी टाउन पूछेंगे. अजमेर नहीं आएगा. अगर आता है तो अजमेर is obviously very right, but it is very near to Jaipur. Fine. Does river Luni originate through Sambar? या passes through Sambar? Passes. You can see river Luni is passing. उसके ऊपर अजमेर के पास it is originating. Fine. Can you find Degana and Didwana? No. दिया है एटलस में? Sorry. दिदवाना दिया है जस्ट सांबर के ऊपर. सो दिदवाना दिया है एज अ टाउन सांबर के ऊपर. फाइन. उसके नीचे एक टाउन है मकराना. किसके लिए फेमस है? मार्बल्स. मकराना इज वेरी फेमस फॉर मार्बल्स. क्यों मार्बल्स के लिए फेमस है? यू गेट एन आंसर. विंध्यन रॉक सिस्टम along with the आर्कियन रॉक सिस्टम. सो नीचे कॉपर भी मिलेगा खेतरी में, एंड विंध्यंस है तो मार्बल्स भी मिलेंगे. गेटिंग इट? फाइन विद दिस? विंध्यन रॉक सिस्टम जाता है अरावली से, सो यू विल फाइंड मार्बल्स देयर. फाइन. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. Next point in your book, keep the atlas open, that page. This region is famous for, Rajasthan. This region is famous for, Rajasthani कर रहे हैं हम. This region is famous for the largest bird in India. Great Indian bustard. Famous for Great Indian bustard. कौन सा सेंचुरी? डेजर्ट नेशनल पार्क. सी इन द पॉलिटिकल मैप, आपको उधर पॉलिटिकल मैप में डेजर्ट नेशनल पार्क मिलेगा. So why it is famous? It is famous for Great Indian bustard. Mila? Near which city? Near Jaisalmer. So Great Indian bustard. उसके बाद don't write. ये सब जगह मिलेगा. सलमान खान ने वहां पे जाके मारा, इसका मतलब नहीं. इट इज फाउंड ओनली इन राजस्थान. सो सेकंड भरतपुर. बर्ड सैंक्चुरी इन केवलादेव. घाना और गाना नेशनल पार्क. It is present in Ramsar. Sambar is also in Ramsar, but Kevladev is in Ramsar and Montreux wetland. दोनों केवलादेव घाना नेशनल पार्क जो लेक है केवलादेव घाना, इट इज रामसर साइट प्लस इट इज इन मॉन्ट्रेक्स रिकॉर्ड. सांबर इज ऑल्सो रामसर साइट. Fine with this? And last point. I guess I have already told you about Saraswati and Banas, West Banas, which flows into the Little Run of Kutch. Last point. This so you can take down the last point. Lake Sambar is the largest inland saline wetland of India. Is the largest inland saline wetland of India. Largest inland saline wetland of India. Fine. Bagar. Pagar, Bagar. So that is the only point regarding the Haryana plains. So it is a semi-arid, saucer-shaped topography. It forms the state of Haryana, drained by river Ghaggar, which is nothing but the remaining of old mythological Saraswati river. River Ghaggar is an inland river. So I guess, kyunki what is the importance of Haryana plains? This saucer-shaped topography separates Satluj from Ganga. Fine? Pura Bhiwani Bagar matlab not the district of Bhiwani, it is the entire Haryana. It is the old name. Fine with this? Can I continue? Can I have this part? Now you draw this diagram with me. It will be one of the most important diagrams we'll be doing for the exam. Have you drawn this? So all this black color which I have marked is peninsular plateau. Red color which I am marking is Shivaliks. and the blue color which I am marking is Purvanchal. Patkai, Naga, Manipur, Mizo. Understanding? So ये prelims में काम आएगा which is Himalayas, which is not Himalayas. So all जो black color है that is not Himalayas, that is Peninsular Plateau. Garo, Khasi, Jaintia, Barel, Mikir and Rengma. But sometimes Mikir and Rengma is taken as a continuous mountain which is known as Karbi Anglong Plateau of Assam. This is all Peninsular Plateau. This is Purvanchal, फिर नागा, फिर मणिपुर and फिर मिजो. Fine? Can I continue? Can I continue now? River Brahmaputra comes through Indo-Sangpo suture zone with great speed, and then it is forced to take sudden southward bend, and it starts entering India through these mountains, again jumping through the mountains. But as soon as it comes here in the Assam region, uska speed decreases. And when the speed decreases, it starts meandering. Getting it? It starts meandering. But it is not this much only. River Brahmaputra carries largest amount of sediments in the world after river Yellow River. It is one of the highest amount of sediments in the world. Why? Because it is flowing through its major course through youthful stage, coming through the youthful stage, and in this region it is entering a very narrow region जहाँ पे there is no chance to meander, क्योंकि it is bordered by the rough peninsular plateau on all the sides. Getting this? And plus this region receives very heavy rainfall. So यहाँ पे there are numerous tributaries of river Brahmaputra, and therefore river Brahmaputra deposits large amount of sediments. अब these sediments are so strong कि river Brahmaputra does not have speed enough to remove these sediments, and therefore river Brahmaputra breaks into numerous channels. अब जितना river Brahmaputra will come, उतना more sediments and उतना more it will break into channels. And because of numerous breaking into channels, river Brahmaputra does not have a constant channel. सोर्स एक जगह नहीं है. आज सेडिमेंट ज्यादा है. रिवर ब्रह्मपुत्र डज नॉट हैव इनफ एनर्जी टू रिमूव द सेडिमेंट्स, क्योंकि लैंड इज वेरी फ्लैट. रिवर ब्रह्मपुत्र विल चेंज उसका कोर्स. देयर आर सम प्लेसेस इन आसाम वेयर इन अ सिंगल डे रिवर ब्रह्मपुत्र शिफ्ट्स बाय 9 kilometers. Understanding? River is shifting by 9 kilometers. You cannot do anything उस region में. You make dams, you make the concrete तोड़ देती है रिवर ब्रह्मपुत्र. So what I mean by 9 kilometers कि कभी आज रिवर ब्रह्मपुत्र इस जगह है तो आपने सोचा चलो आज मैं यहाँ पे कंस्ट्रक्शन करता हूँ. नहीं, कल ब्रह्मपुत्र इस जगह भी हो सकती है, कभी कल इस जगह भी हो सकती है. This is why Bogeybill Bridge was so tough. कितना है वहां पे width of river Brahmaputra? That is the length of the bridge. The ब्रह्मपुत्र वहां पे 9 kilometers का width है. Imagine 9 kilometers is the width of a river. ऐसा लगेगा जाके समंदर है वो. It is more like a sea. So wide is the Brahmaputra in some parts. And therefore river Brahmaputra will continuously keep on shifting, and hence before it enters to the Bangladesh, and therefore we say river Brahmaputra plains का खासियत है they are highly braided plains. What do you mean by braided? When a main river channel shifts into or breaks into numerous sub channels, that is braided. And second, river Brahmaputra has brought large amount of sediments deposited over the period of time, have got compacted, and therefore ये sediments जो compact हुए, some of them have become so big कि the river Brahmaputra is known for islands inside the river, riverine islands. Out of this riverine islands, which is the most important? Majuli Island is the largest riverine island in the world. It is now a district. It is the largest riverine. लेकिन हाँ, Majuli Island temporary phenomena है, वो erode होगा over the period of time. इतने जल्दी कुछ नहीं होगा, वैसे देखा गया तो हम भी अपलिफ्ट हो रहे, बट इतने जल्दी कुछ होगा नहीं. Understood this regarding the Brahmaputra plains? So what you have to remember in the Brahmaputra plains, दो चीजें. It is highly braided, and कोई भी braided river will know for to shift the course, and because it is known to shift the course, we call this as a sorrow of Assam, because कोई भी river which shifts the course is known for floods. What is meant by flood? Water in the area जहाँ पे there should be land is flood. Fine, rise in the water level. So you are constructing a house. अब ब्रह्मपुत्र को लगा नहीं मुझे इस रास्ते से नहीं इस रास्ते से जाना है. It enters your house. So that is why it is known as a braided river. Second, there are numerous deposits in this. Fine. So this is the important point regarding the Brahmaputra plain. बाकी का things कौन सी यहाँ पे सिबानसिरी, यहाँ पे कामेंग, यहाँ पे मानस, all these rivers we will do. So Manas river is present here, and we have Manas National Park, and यहाँ पे we have Kaziranga National Park. Means what I mean to say is Manas National Park is to the north of river Brahmaputra and Kaziranga is to the south of river Brahmaputra. थोड़ा बहुत स्केल चेंज हो गया है, ये एक्चुअली यहाँ होना चाहिए था. Can I continue then? Brahmaputra plains also known as Assam Valley. Brahmaputra plains also known as Assam Valley. Brahmaputra enters India as Dihang. Brahmaputra enters India as Dihang and debouches, मतलब jumps. Debouches मतलब sudden jump. Debouches in the flat Assam region. In the flat Assam region, where it is known as Brahmaputra. Where it is known as Brahmaputra. ब्रह्मपुत्र के चार नाम है, याद रखना. सांगपो चाइना, दिहांग अरुणाचल, ब्रह्मपुत्र आसाम एंड जमुना बांग्लादेश. Where it is known as Assam, where it is known as Brahmaputra. On entering the Assam Valley, conceptual question भी आएंगे यहाँ से. On entering the Assam Valley, the speed of a river decreases. The speed of a river decreases, and it engages in deposition. It engages in deposition. Keyword decreases deposition. Prelims के लिए keyword याद रखना. Decreases deposition, which causes river deposition, which causes river to shift its course. And develop multiple channels and develop multiple channels. Such a river is known as braided river. Such a river is known as braided river. So कल अगर आता है braided river का example in India, ब्रह्मपुत्र. वैसे गंगा भी है, but in Bengal is known as braided river. BRAIDED, braided river. Brahmaputra is highly braided. Brahmaputra is highly braided. And therefore known for floods. Known for floods. Therefore known for floods. Next, last point regarding Brahmaputra. There are numerous islands. There are numerous riverine islands. Numerous riverine islands. Out of which Majuli Island, is the largest riverine island in the world. Majuli is the largest riverine island. River के ऊपर का riverine island in the world. वैसे which is the largest island in the world? ग्रीनलैंड या ऑस्ट्रेलिया? Australia is the smallest continent and largest island. Understanding? It is the smallest continent, largest island. But हम consider नहीं करते ऑस्ट्रेलिया को, therefore the answer becomes Greenland. So क्वेश्चन ऐसा नहीं आएगा बिकॉज इट विल बिकम कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल. और इतने आसान क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेगी यूपीएससी. लार्जेस्ट आइलैंड क्या है? क्या पूछेगी? लार्जेस्ट आइलैंड आर्कीपियालागो कौन सा है? सो द आंसर इज इंडोनेशिया. फाइन. क्वेश्चन क्या आएगा? आइलैंड कैसे बनेंगे नहीं आएगा. क्वेश्चन आएगा मालदीव्स, मॉरिशियस, रीयूनियन. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट करेक्टली मैच्ड? कोरल्स, हॉटस्पॉट, टेक्टोनिक. ऐसे आएंगे क्वेश्चन. दे विल गिव यू एन आइलैंड एंड द उनका दिस थिंग. फाइन विद दिस? And one fact, River Brahmaputra is famous for National Waterway 2, that is which is from Sadia to Dhubri. What is the importance? Great Plains khatam. Very easy. Great Plains. गंगा प्लेन हम नहीं करते बिकॉज हम गंगा रिवर को डिटेल में पढ़ते हैं. फाइन विद दिस? मेंस का क्वेश्चन अदर देन जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी इट इज वेरी लेस, बट यू शुड नो सम ऑफ द लिंकेजेस फॉर मेंस एज वेल एज फॉर प्रीलिम्स. So what is the first importance of Great Plains? It is a region of very fertile alluvial soil. I guess. Fine. Second, therefore it is agriculturally most important region. Understand how I am linking this? Now, because it is to the north of Tropic of Cancer, both Kharif and Rabi crops can be grown in this region. So we have, why? Because to the north of Tropic of Cancer we come into temperate या subtropical region, and जैसे you go away from tropic, season शुरू होते हैं. Tamil Nadu में you will not find winter season. So here you find both Rabi and Kharif crop. Kharif grown in summers, Rabi winters. Because of these two factors, that is perennial river, etc., both canal and tube well irrigation is well developed. But abhi recent times mein kaun sa? Is government constructing any big canal? No. Already infrastructure was there, water was there, large farmers were there. Therefore, the first green revolution was successful in this region. Especially kaun sa? Punjab and Haryana. क्यों पंजाब एंड हरियाणा? Why not यूपी और बिहार? अगर कल यूपीएससी में क्वेश्चन आता है या किसी ने पूछते आपको why the northwestern part of India only was the region of green revolution to be successful? Why not? क्योंकि all the conditions were existing right up to Bengal. Why not that? Because you should remember, एक तो सबसे पहले for green revolution to be successful you required irrigation. Irrigation तो कहीं पे भी था, but canal irrigation was best developed in northwest. Second, you required high yielding variety of seeds, and third, you required fertilizers and pesticides. Now forget about the first. High yielding variety of seeds, fertilizers and pesticides can be afforded only by rich farmers. So we had rich farmers in Punjab and Haryana. आज भी fine. Because why rich farmers? Because only the rich farmers will take the risk experimentation ka. Third, the land holding ka size even today and even that time was very very big. Bihar, UP में क्या हो रहा है? Especially eastern UP. Land holding has been divided from generations to generations, and therefore the size of land holdings has decreased. Next. It has more than 50% of India's population, the Great Plains. क्यों ये point important है? Because green revolution में करूँगा. So now you understand. This is more important because if you want to develop railway, roadway से इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But if you want to develop railway tracks have to be in profit. Government cannot go on making the railway tracks in loss, and therefore because flat topography and high demand of railways, flat topography, causes therefore हाई डिमांड क्यों? पॉपुलेशन, रेल एंड रोड डेंसिटी इज हाईएस्ट इन इंडिया. सो ये आता है जनरली, ऐसे अप्लाइड क्वेश्चन आते हैं प्रीलिम्स में. व्हाई द रेलवे नेटवर्क इज वेरी वेल डेवलप्ड इन पेनिनसुलर इंडिया? आंसर इज 2. एक तो फ्लैट है टोपोग्राफी एंड द डिमांड इज वेरी हाई. मेरा एक फ्रेंड है, वेरी सीनियर ऑफिसर इन रेलवेज. अपनी वाइफ का टिकट कभी वो कंफर्म नहीं कर पाता, तो उसकी वाइफ कहती है कि जानबूझ के कंफर्म नहीं करते ताकि अकेले रहने. और मेरी वाइफ का हमेशा कंफर्म होता है, एक दिन पहले भी, क्योंकि और वो दोनों एक दूसरे से बात करते हैं और बोलती है मेरा नहीं किया और मतलब मेरी वाइफ का कर दिया. उसका रीजन इज माई वाइफ ट्रैवल्स इन पेनिनसुला, कहाँ कोई डिमांड ही नहीं है, वैसे ही खाली जाती है ट्रेन तो कंफर्म हो जाता है. एंड हिज वाइफ कम्स फ्रॉम वाराणसी, दैट इज फ्रॉम गोरखपुर टू दिल्ली. एक तो ट्रेन भी कम है एंड दे आर सो हाई इन डिमांड कि कभी कभी इतना सीनियर होने के बाद भी उसका कभी होता नहीं. अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस व्हाई? बिकॉज द रेलवे का डिमांड इज वेरी वेरी हाई. सो इन दिस फ्लाइट उस एरिया में जाती नहीं है. सो चलो वाइफ का तो फ्लाइट से करा सकते हैं, साले मिले को क्यों फ्लाइट से लगा. उनको आने दो ट्रेन से. नेक्स्ट, बिकॉज ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर लैंड हियर, जनरली food processing industries dominate. And therefore to remove excessive population from agriculture sector in this region, government has set up some industries such as and Mathura oil refinery. Even though raw materials are not present in nearby region. In the nearby region, I will understand the meaning of this next. जब हम रिसोर्सेस करेंगे, रिसोर्सेस का एक चैप्टर, और इससे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं कभी कभी. ये तो मैंने सिर्फ 3 जो पिछले साल पूछे थे उसका एग्जाम्पल लिया. आई कैन टेक न्यूमरस एग्जाम्पल. वाराणसी की डीजल को इंटीग्रल कोच फैक्ट्री, डीजल लोकोमोटिव्स का फैक्ट्री, ऑल दिस शुड बी लोकेटेड जहां रॉ मटेरियल्स आर देयर. Raw materials, either where you will find petroleum, iron, etc. But you will find these industries still located in this region because the government wants excess people from the agriculture to have jobs. Fine. So you had a mains ka question last year that in spite of this, why the government have some oil refineries why India has some oil refineries which are away from the oil producing regions. Fine. So the answer is balanced regional development. और ये सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट कर सकता है, प्राइवेट कभी नहीं करेगा. Because private wants to do profit maximization. Why? It will take the oil and have extra cost and transport it to Mathura from maybe Krishna Godavari Basin, or maybe from Bombay High, or from Assam. Fine? So that is the importance of the Great Plains. Can I continue? Canal irrigation I have already told you yesterday. Can I rub this? Where is Panipat Oil Refinery State? Haryana. Baroni? Bihar. And Mathura? यूपी. कौन सा इसका है? ओएनजीसी, आईओसीएल, एचपीसीएल, किसकी है ये? दिस इज योर 12th स्टैंडर्ड इंडियन ज्योग्राफी एनसीईआरटी. तो and we come to the toughest part of India, that is the which is further divided into highlands and mountains. Which is further divided into highlands and mountains. Mountains are Aravalis, Vindhyas and Kaimur. Satpuras, Western Ghats, और सह्याद्री, and these are Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats, not East Coastal Plains. They are different. And some of oblique hills. Satmala Ajanta, Harishchandra, Balaghat. And the Rajmal Hills, which is neither a part of Vindhyas and nor Satpuras. Hills. Fine. It also has some of the plateaus, highlands. This is, we have done Marwar Plateau. This is Marwar Plateau. Marwar and Mewar region. उसके बाद we have मध्य भारत पठार. उसके बाद we have बुंदेलखंड. उसके बाद we have बागेलखंड. but not that important. Then we have the Chota Nagpur Plateau. This is what is known as a Deccan Lava Plateau, or what is known as an Maharashtra Plateau. This is Karnataka Plateau. This is Rayalaseema Plateau. This is Telangana Plateau. And all these plateaus are surrounding one of the saucer shaped basin या plain region जिसको कहते हैं छत्तीसगढ़ प्लेन. Surrounding by highlands. So इसीलिए once upon a time it was known as rice bowl of India. Why bowl? एक साइड में प्लाटू महाराष्ट्र प्लाटू, दूसरे साइड में तेलंगाना प्लाटू, तीसरे साइड में सतपुरा, सो बीच में का डिप्रेशन, द राइस बाउल ऑफ इंडिया. And then we have Meghalaya Plateau. So we'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the most important lecture out of all the lectures from India Physical. क्योंकि उसी में वेस्टर्न घाट्स, ईस्टर्न घाट्स, गोदावरी, कृष्णा, कावेरी, छोटा नागपुर, छत्तीसगढ़, नक्सल प्रोन रीजन्स, sorry बालाघाट माइन एमपी में, बालाघाट रेंज महाराष्ट्र में. नहीं, मैं मालवा बता दूंगा क्या है कल. ठीक है, ब्लैक सॉइल वाला रीजन इन एमपी इज मालवा. Fine with this? Thank you.